boom, I kick through. Right. Maybe we're here, and as I attack the Kimura, right, he feels me trying to set this up, and instead what he does is he straightens his arm and tries to hug my head. Here. So what I'm going to do is I don't want to just bail out here. So I'm going to bring my bottom hand through. I'm going to go gable, not gable grip. I'm going to go wrist to wrist.
Infinity grip.
Infinity grip, and I'm going to scoop and get my elbow underneath his chin. At the same time, I'm really shrugging my shoulder and trying to get my ear, my shoulder to my ear, as I'm using his arm as a pillow. All right. The big thing is I need to make sure this right elbow does get underneath his chin, so that I can like kink his head back. So if House is hiding his head, right, I'll work it in. Right. If I need to get closer and readjust, that's fine. All right. If I'm like a little bit too high, all right. I can scoop myself in. Right? I keep this infinity grip, back leg, a windshield wiper, and put that butterfly hook in. Right? Now I know my butterfly hook's going to be in the right spot because I have half guard still. So when I put my butterfly hook in, I know that I'm going to be close to that knee, which is going to give me the best lifting point. Right? Now what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start elevating. All right? Lifting with my butterfly hook. As I lift with my butterfly hook, I'm going to punch with my elbow into his chin, trying to kink his head back more, and I'll be able to retract this left leg to pose. Right, on the mat, to give me a little bit more of a lift. Right? Notice how I landed in like a kind of like a 3/4 mount, and my forehead is on the mat. His arm is trapped right here. Right? Because now I can collect his head. In my hand, that already had the underhook, now I can start attacking and nicely. So if he locks up the 3/4 guard, right? I've already got one arm trapped. Right? Then I can look for two. Right? And then we remember a couple weeks ago we did our S-mount series, and now I can. Blocking, go here, right? And instead of hiding, like as I'm trying to break this, he strains that arm out, I pop my grip, and he does collect my head. Bottom hand comes through, forearm framing, wrist to wrist, infinity grip. Right? If I'm way up here, right, this is not gonna work. I need to get my head close to his shoulder, right? Think about trying to get your forehead as close to your infinity grip as you can. Right? So, I'll bring myself in, really scoop. So my elbow is underneath his chin, kinking his neck back. Think like a Pez dispenser. All right, if you're that old, Marcus Pez dispenser used to be like a candy thing. It's collectible now.
We watch movies on DVDs right across.
VHS tape. VHS. Yeah, floppy disk. All right, so I'm here. I've got his head kinked back. All right. Also, when I flare this elbow up into his chin, see this space right here? That's gonna make it so much easier to put that butterfly hook in. As opposed if I'm here, right, I'm allowing him to stay chest low, right, trying to get that butterfly hook, it might be more difficult. So if I really flare it, I can get that hook in. I keep pushing, elevating, driving off with that back leg. My left leg that was half guarded is free. Right? We got a lot of good options here. If he brings his arm around, like if he's like around my face, I can chair sit to his back. Right? That was here. Right? If he doesn't, right, or maybe he's loose here. Right? I can just step this leg in the mount right away. Right? Right into an armbar. Right? So you have a lot of good attacking options. Right? Chances are you'll land here. Forehead to the mat is ideal. Trapping this arm. Scoop the head. Alright? Get that far side. Alright? And now I can look to start prying. And go into my S mount. This would be like a more ideal scenario. Unless, if they flare their arm to the side, the back take is best. The back mount is the strongest position. If they keep that arm and allow it to stay pinned, or maybe you just did a really good job of pinning your head to the mat, so they can't clear that arm in front of your face, look to collect both arms, and then you go to S down. All right, I'll let you guys choose what you want to drill the most, right? I do recommend drilling both, right? Doing one where they bring their arm in front of your face, do whatever you want there, and then one where they keep the arm on the back side of your head, do whatever you want there. Does that make sense? Any questions? Anybody need to see me in? Usually it's Paul. Right, boom. But he starts straining this arm out. He's straining and he's turning that thumb. I can't keep it. Bring that hand in right away. I get that frame in. I sink myself in nice and tight. Wrist to wrist. Don't go gable. Not palm to palm. Right? Palm to palm, I don't have as much of a pinch. Right? Whereas when I go wrist to wrist, it brings my elbows closer together, which puts more cross pressure on the shoulder. Here. Okay. I will dig that elbow underneath his chin. Pez dispenser. There's a wipe with that butterfly hook in. Open, kick, driving off my left leg to roll him over. Alright? I can honestly, you can force if I'm here and I really want that back take, I can force it. Alright? By just walking that hand up to get it to clear my head. Right. So if you want to do the back take, I would say do it on your terms. Alright? Don't allow them to clear and then try to bridge and turn over and go to turtle. Right? Now you gotta chase. Right? And then you run the risk of them over rotating and then you lose the back. Make sense?
Aha.
Alright guys, 3, 2, 1.